Australia. Today we're going to present to you our brand new fuel system for the 2015 to 2019 current GT Mustang V8s, the Bullet Mustang, the GT Mustang. This is our 1250 horsepower drop-in fuel system. What we're going to show today is how easy, how simple and how functional this system is. It's a direct drop-in for your Mustang fuel pump. Take your standard system out, put in our 1250 horsepower unit. Now this pump here is our new pump. It is an upgrade to our existing 900 horsepower single unit. We've beefed it up with two pumps now, and it will support 1250 horsepower with petrol. That's about 850 horsepower on ethanol. So very excited to demonstrate this pump for you today. What is also exciting about it is within the next 6 months we'll have an add-on feature to it that we expect will be able to support up to 1700 horsepower. So you can purchase the 1250 horsepower StreetFighter unit, drop it in, go racing, and expect something coming up in about 6 months where we'll add on to it and you'll be able to support, I believe, 1700 to 2000 horsepower. What I want to demonstrate in this test unit today is how you can run the StreetFighter fuel module in a near empty tank. The reason I want to do that is because there are several systems out there which work quite well, but they require you to have at least half a tank of fuel. Now the reason for that is so the fuel either cascades into the pot, or there is no pot. Some of the systems out there just have a hanger style system, which allows the pumps just to hang into the fuel. So for those systems to work and to support the power, especially around cornering or G-forces on takeoff, they need to have the pump submerged. You'll notice on this system, I'll just turn it on. You can see how we've got the fuel coming out the fuel hose here. That's the supply to the engine. We're at about idle pressures now, about 400 kPa, idle and light cruise. So enough fuel to support that idle and light cruise type power. But you'll see how the fuel canister, or module as we call it, is cascading. No fuel in the tank, or very little fuel in the tank, but the module is full. That allows you to drive around corners, to accelerate, to do everything you need to do on a near empty tank, but still be able to supply clean, fresh, unaerated fuel to the engine. So let's see what happens when we demand 1250 horsepower fuel. So what we'll find out, I'll open this tap here, and that'll supply enough fuel out that hose. We'll run it down to about 350 kPa, and we know that that's going to be enough fuel to support around the 1250 horsepower on petrol. So that's 1250 horsepower on petrol fuel going to your engine. Have a look at your module, or your canister. You'll see it's still full, still cascading. So we've now got the 1250 horsepower going to the engine, but we're going around a corner. Empty tank, full module. Not that we recommend you'd ever do that, but this is just a test to show what our StreetFighter 1250 horsepower unit can do. Drop in, plug and play wiring, go out for a street performance cruise, go out to your drag strip or your circuit and go racing. What I'm going to do now, we're going to fit this to a 850 horsepower Mustang. This vehicle is on ethanol and we're going to go down the racetrack. Let's have a look. Hi guys, we're at our local racetrack. We've brought the Mustang here. We've got our StreetFighter twin-in tank set up here for testing. What we've done, we're going to have a look at worst case scenario, which is going to be pretty much an empty fuel tank. Now when we say empty, we have drained it and put 10 litres back into it. So it is a worst case scenario. So if you just want to have a look at the gauge, Dylan, there's an empty fuel tank there. And we've also hooked up a fuel pressure gauge to the windscreen. So Dylan's just going to monitor the gauge as we go around this. It's a long sweeping left-hander. It's about a 12-second left-hander. So we're going to have an near empty tank. Worst case scenario, not that you'd ever do it. Going around a 12-second left-hander, we'll do it back the other way as a right-hander, but just to show you. we're going to use the left-hander at this stage and see what happens at the end of the left-hander going onto the main straight. Now, ideally, we want to see no drop in fuel pressure. It'll probably get down to about 350 kPa, which is normal. And that means the pumps are working perfectly, even at a near empty tank. So let's give it a go. Midway through. I think you'll find that the gauge just came down to normal pressure. What was it, Dylan?
Round about. It's on about 350, 340.
350, which is normal, almost maximum fuel usage. Quite a decent corner. You know, I'm not the world's greatest driver, but you know, there was some G-forces going on there. So, near empty tank. Just let's have a look at that tank gauge again, Dylan. So there you have it, guys. This is the StreetFighter twin-in tank pump system. In non-ideal situations, but we just wanted to show you worst case scenario type driving, work to perfection.